and is therefore now in the midst of the greatest transition ever. And that will initiate our world into the space age. According to some scientific observations, one of the biggest indicators in science that we have is the internet, which is a communicating device used by worlds that are part of a planetary system, or stage 1 space age travel system. Other signs are the fact that we are once again a global culture. Since there are millions of solar systems with billions of worlds, then our world, our Earth, is perhaps one of many civilizations that are undergoing the same process. Not to mention that most, if not all, civilizations in our cosmos are populated by other beings that appear to be human-like in appearance, but are of a different nature than ourselves. As it appears by the new evidence, we humans on Earth could share a common ancestry that runs throughout the entire universe, since perhaps we were all made in the image of the one Creator. Therefore, the same eternal Father that made Adam in the image of our world also made other Adams in His image, in endless worlds. According to new evidence, it is my honor to reveal that civilizations in our universe, the cosmos, are mostly inhabited by beings that share the same celestial image of our one Creator, we all know as God. This concept validates and supports the theory of convergent of evolutions. As our scientists discover more Earth-like planets each day, and as their database brings in more evidence of many advanced worlds, then the theory of convergent of evolutions will become a fact. As it stands, the theory of convergent of evolutions will give more credence to the intervention theory, the ancient astronaut theory, the theory of spontaneous evolution, the theory of centropy, all which fall under the grand theory of cosmic origin. This theory proposes the existence of endless worlds, galaxies, and universes, and also proposes that our human origin was not terrestrial but celestial. It is believed that these advanced civilizations use all levels of reality to communicate and broadcast their signals that intersect with our dimension without our knowing. Apparently, these higher angelic intelligences are in a sense watching over us as we would be observing an ant farm. However, the only difference is that these higher evolved civilizations are of a spiritual nature, so they wouldn't stomp on us like we would the ants. On the contrary, they appear to be watching over our civilization, almost as if they are waiting for us to evolve spiritually enough so that we may also share the rest of the infinite cosmos with them in harmony. It appears that we are part of a greater divine plan, and that life here on Earth or in the lowest dimension is not the only life in existence. Also, it is ignorant of the higher spiritual knowledge that makes one assume that dark matter is empty space without realizing that these higher intelligences are operating and existing on higher levels of reality that apparently are currently imperceptible to the naked eye. This explains why we are only experiencing less than 10% of our full potential reality. Perhaps the reason we are currently shut off from 90% of our full reality capacity and other intelligences is because we are not in use of 94% of our full genetic potential. What a beautiful correlation. The facts are obvious that intelligent life exists throughout the cosmos without our knowledge of them. Until now, because for thousands of years we have been in a population type 0 status and apparently not as evolved to become part of a greater galactic community. Due to the dispensation we are now under, we are finally ready to be accepted into this greater reality. As most scientists believe that we are transitioning now into a planetary system, it is my honor to reveal that due to the fullness of times in which we are in today, our civilization is about to transition into a population 1 planetary system. I'm sorry, let me read that again. It is my honor to reveal that due to the fullness of times in which we are today, our civilization is not going to transfer into a population 1 planetary system overnight, but directly advance into a population 2 stellar system. And we need to be ready. Let me rephrase that again, that it is evident that right now, because we are living in the fullness of times, we are living the culmination of all these different cycles. A new beginning, a new cosmic cycle is about to ensue, and our Earth is at the center of this. And due to that fact, it is believed that our Earth is not just going to transition like most other worlds in the past, or in other universes or in other galaxies that go through the gradual process of transferring first into a population planetary system and then into a stellar system and then finally into the galactic system. But because of the times that we're living in, our Earth is going to directly advance into a stellar system, and there's a reason for that. Perhaps the reason that we are currently shut off, I've already read that, I'm sorry. The facts that are obvious, that intelligent life exists throughout the cosmos without our knowledge of them until now, because for the thousands of years we have been a population zero status, and apparently not as evolved to become part of a greater galactic community. Now, due to the dispensation we are now under, we are finally ready for acceptance into this greater reality. Reason being is because our Earth in which we live in is known as a cosmic seed planet, and unlike other worlds that develop through a gradual process, our Earth was specifically designed by Prime Creator to be the chosen planet in which his kingdom that exists in the celestial eternal realms would have a physical counterpart here in our planet. In scientific terms, we are on the verge of achieving a utopia here on Earth. Indeed, our science is now confirming all the ancient religious prophecies regarding the coming of the kingdom of God, or light, the seventh golden age. However, as it's always the case, right before we transition into heaven on earth, there are still those factors that are preventing us from achieving such a positive transition. These factors are corruption, religious intolerance, fanaticism, and apathy, which lead to wars and global conflict. Therefore, we as a humanity representing our planet Earth need to make a conscious effort to no longer tolerate wars, religious fanaticism, prejudice, hatred, corruption, and anything that keeps us in a population zero status. We need to make a collective decision to uphold and adopt more of a brotherly love attitude in the pursuit of universal rights, global democracy, world peace, and tolerance by the realization that we are all children of the one God. We are on the verge of planetary transformation as we reach the level of planetary brotherhood and partnership. It is the awakening of the masses into this knowledge which leads to the understanding and implementation of higher spiritual cosmic principles. The fact that scientists are now beginning to see the similarities between science and spirituality is telling us that we are indeed in the midst of the biggest quantum leap ever, uniting all fields of study under a theory of everything. In these days, in this next chapters, we will come to know that everything that our new science is suggesting is absolutely correct.